That's the first time I broke my reading streak all year. When was this written? One of those times when I wish I read the description first. You can catch me here. The last book I read that I hated so much, I don't even know if I said the name. She's right, honestly. She was wrong for that. I think it's my most hated book of the year. As you guys know, I've been kind of in a slump, so I'm like, the nights we've had, because if this is it, then at least we can end it all. Oh, why you wearing that to buck out of my night? Hey everyone, good morning. This is the first time I'm speaking this morning, if you couldn't tell. I'm off to the gym. Last night was the new episode of The Summer Turned Pretty, and I'm officially Team Conrad. I mean, like, this season, I was like, no, Jeremiah, what are you doing? And after last night, I'm like, okay, no. Why is he acting so immature? I can't. If you don't watch Summer Turned Pretty, you don't care what I'm saying. But anyways, I'm Team Conrad because he's just, like, so much better. You guys know, I just read the second book in The Summer Turned Pretty. I haven't read the third one yet, and I'm like debating if I want to read the third one just so I know how it ends. But also the show doesn't like follow the books to a T, so like it could be different. I don't know. Those books are kind of like, you guys know my thoughts on them. They're just like young adult, like palate cleanser type books, so they don't really like do much for me. And I just really, really wanted to let everyone know that I'm Team Conrad, because if you're worried about me being Team Jeremiah, you don't need to be worried. We're concerned, okay? We're all on the same page. The last book I read, I actually wanted to throw my Kindle across the room. I actually could not believe that someone wrote a book like this. And she has other books, and I bought her other book, or I gifted her other book that I was excited about, and I'm like, okay, if this is her writing style, I don't know how I'm gonna like this book. I think it's my most hated book of the year. Maybe we'll talk about that later, because I'm still like half asleep right now, if you couldn't tell. This is usually the time in the car when I'm like belting out music, get myself pumped, you know? Like I want to be like, I want to wake up, I want to be awake. So I'm blasting like Tate McRae, I'm blasting One Direction, I'm blasting the new Justin Bieber album. I'm blasting it all right now, but I can't do that while I'm recording. Every time I take my thing out, that stays attached to it because it's broken, and it's so annoying, guys. Like I want to chuck this across the room. Okay, anyway. Yes. Back from work, just made myself some dinner. It's really hot, so I'm gonna let that cool down. But while it cools down, let's talk books. The last book I read that I hated so much, I don't even know if I said the name. It was Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I'm quite frankly confused. When I first started reading it, I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a quintessential like rom-com-y type of book. The female main character literally held a grudge like the whole book, basically, the whole book, until maybe the last chapter. And it was like over something honestly stupid to me, and he apologized and he said that's like why he said it, and he explained himself and blah blah. Like, if you were gonna hold that much of a grudge, I don't understand why you were like a couple. Like, why? I don't understand. At the 50% mark, I was like, maybe I should DNF this. I was like, well, no, maybe it'll get better because people seem to like this book, and like maybe there's a reason like why the characters are acting this way. Maybe we'll learn a little more. No. Then we got into the spicy scenes and I was actually like, what? I'm like, okay. As an author, I'm sure she's read a lot of books, and I'm just confused as to why we had to make them the cringiest scenes I've ever read in my life. I was actually reading it like, no, this is fake. Like, no, this cannot be real. I just felt as though the way they were written, it was like she's never read a spicy book in her life. After reading that book, I'm like, I just don't want to ever read a book again. Like, that honestly annoyed me so much. She actually like read this and said, this is a good book. And this is really good. And chapter 30 is really gonna be a hit. I actually want to throw my Kindle across the room. I was like reading it. I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to stop reading it here. Like, I don't even care. Like, if I'm at the 80% mark, I'm stopping here. But no, horrible. I gave it 1 star. I found that when I hate a book, I like really like hate a book. Hi, baby. Buddy's looking at me like I'm crazy. But anyways, going off of that, after finishing that book yesterday, I couldn't pick anything else up. I was like, I don't even know what to read. Like, I don't even think I want to read a romance. Like, maybe I'll go into sports romance because I really liked Face Off, so maybe I'll go back into that series. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I start any romance book right now, I'm gonna be so just not into it. You know what? Let me read May Luna. It has to do with a band, and you guys know I love a band. And I feel like it's not like totally focused on the romance, so I feel like this is kind of like the perfect thing to read, and it's on my Kindle. I'll see you soon. Let's do this. Let's get into it. Guys, I just found out like a couple weeks ago that I can literally listen to books on my Kindle. I did not know that. Tell me this is like a dumb thing and you're like, Julia, duh. No, I can connect my AirPods and listen using my Kindle. The heck? Mind blowing. Anyways, I haven't tried it yet, but I really should because this book is also free to listen to. So, love Kindle Unlimited, but okay. Let's get into it. Yep. I'm like, how could the first sentence be highlighted already? You know how like on the Kindle, it underlines a part most people have highlighted? Let me just read this to you. He often said that time travel was more accessible to us than we realize, and that music is one of the ways we do it. He's right, I think. After all, few things have the ability to transport us so completely and powerfully as the sound of the perfect, meaningful song. Music of our lifetime is woven into the fabric of our existence, our own personal soundtrack behind our stories. Maybe it takes us to a memory, an echo of something that once was, or maybe to a place where we can live out an imagined dream. Like all us girlies that love music have a certain connection to artists. That is literally, I have to underline it, like I just have to. I only got to page 17. When I started reading the other night, I was so tired that that's all I read. I don't even think I read a full chapter yet. Did I? No, I'm on chapter 2. Okay? I don't want to hear it. But actually yesterday, I did not read it all. On Fable, you can like mark down every day that you read and have like a reading streak. That's the first time I broke my reading streak all year. And you know what? I was like, oh, I don't want to break the streak. Like, it's pretty good. I don't even know what number it was at. I think it was like 2 something. I was so tired last night. I knew as soon as my head hit the pillow, I was just going to go to bed. So I was like, what? I'm going to read a page and count that? Like, today's Saturday and I have some time. I just put banana bread in the oven. That's literally what I did in the last vlog. But we had bananas that were perfect for banana bread. So I have my banana bread waiting before I have to run to the store. So while I wait, we're gonna read. So my goal is to at least read 2 more chapters before that's done. So far we've met some of the band members and we just got the female main character's point of view. I just got to that chapter. So I think the chapters are gonna be split up by point of views between Evie and Carter. It's really all I've got, but I'm not like hating it, so that's good, right? Better than where we were at, you know, in the last book I read. So as long as we're not hating it, doing good, you know? So you can catch me here. Okay, she's got a little secret. Assuming it has to do with the boy band. It's just a little inkling. Can't even remember. Did the guy die? I don't remember what I read. I'll figure it out. This is what happens when I don't read for a day. I forget. Chapter 3. We're getting somewhere. You guys proud of me? All right, guys, let's chat. I'm getting ready for work now. I'm a good chunk of the way through the book. I'm about like 60%-ish. I have some thoughts based on this boy band. There's 5 of them. And actually, like within the first few chapters, you learn that one of them passes away. And I was like, when was this written? Was that like a nod? Not a nod, but like, was that like supposed to be based on Liam? Or was this written before and they manifested that shit? Because that was fucked up. But anyways, the female main character works for the media, so she's kind of like a reporter. Her boss sends her to do this job, and the job is to ask some questions to the boy band, and she runs into Carter. And they start talking, and she realizes he's not like the typical lead singer that wants everything about him. He like really doesn't even want to be in the limelight. That spirals, really connecting, liking each other, yada, yada, yada. She's retelling the story of her past to her daughter because there are some family secrets within that. And I kind of guessed what it was about when they first hinted at a secret of some sort. I was like, oh, it's probably this. And so I was right. I'm gonna finish getting ready for work and then I'm gonna come back and wrap up my thoughts. Okay, back, I'm ready. I do love a dual point of view written story. I just wish we got a little bit more of Carter's point of view. Maybe we will as the story starts to unravel a bit. The beginning was a little slow. What's gonna be the turning point here? But I feel like once we hit the 40% mark, I was like, okay, it's not putting me in a fanfic type of vibe. It's more of a matured version of that, which I don't hate, like not bad. Like I love a good immature fanfic, so like whatever. So far so good. I am enjoying it. At the moment, it's not like 5-star type of feeling. That's my update on that. That's my little chitty chat on the book so far. Look at him. Oh, he's a little hammy ho. He's so handsome. And it's pouring out again today. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize I was recording. Please ignore my hair. I look like I'm like in the 80s or something. Like, why is it so crazy today? Anyways, I am 89% of the way through this book and we are... some crazy crap is happening. Okay, no, that's a little dramatic. The secret that has been festering since the beginning of the book is finally coming out, and this part is like crazy. And honestly, the female main character Evie was like bothering me for the last 50 pages because she kept kind of like feeling bad for herself when she was the one doing these things to herself, and I was like, girl, You're the one doing it to yourself. You have no one else to blame but yourself. Stop, like, just stop. I have about 40 pages left of this book. Yup, he's right. He's right. Honestly, she was wrong for that. Oh. Oh my god. The ending of this book really threw me for a loop, okay? I was really not expecting the ending. Finished May Luna. I believe I gave it a 3.5, if I'm remembering. Yeah, The pacing was pretty slow, so I feel like if you're in a slump, not a book for that because the pacing was not fast, and when you're in a slump, you need something that's like, I wasn't like totally addicted to it. I wasn't obsessed, right, buddy? We weren't obsessed. So I was like, okay, I need something. I need something that's just gonna make me giggle. I need something, and where did I go? I went sports romance because that's where I like to go. I went back to the DC Stars series, I think is what it's called. I read Face Off not too long ago, and now I'm reading Power Play, which is the second book in the series by Chelsea Cottrell. This will like keep me entertained. This will keep me reading because I just love something about a sports romance and a found family that just really does it. We are 63%. No, we're not. No, we're not. We are 63 pages in, and this one is about Piper and Liam. Liam plays on the NHL team. Piper is the sports announcer. We'll see how this goes. I just know I'm gonna like it. I just know. Buddy, what do you think? What do you think, Bubbason? What do you think? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I just slayed my hair. I turned on my camera to say, this is one of those times when I wish I read the description first before I started reading it. I'm 66% of the way through this book, and I'm debating on DNFing it. I just really didn't think that this book would be focused so heavily on the one main topic that it's focused on. I really am just sick of reading it, and I just keep skipping through those parts. It's just way too long. This book is way too long for like the whole plot of what this book is about. I really do love the writing style, and I love the characters. You kind of learn a little bit about Liam, but not as much. The focus is mostly on the girl. I'm just really debating on picking up a different book instead of this because like I'm 66%, which is like far, but I still have over 100 pages to go, and I'm like, what more could we really talk about here? As you guys know, I've been kind of in a slump, so I'm like, which is kind of a bummer because I was hoping this would be like a really good palate cleanser. Currently at the moment, I have no clue what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna DNF it? Am I gonna read it? I don't know, because I really don't know, like, all right, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Power Play. Ended up finishing it. I was like, you know what? I don't even know what to read next. That's the problem when you're in a slump. Then you have to decide, what am I gonna read next? I think I gave it a 2.5 if I'm remembering correctly. I can't check my Fable because I'm using my phone to film this. But I think that's what I gave it, sadly. I'm very sad about it because you guys know I love my sports romance books, and I don't usually rate them that low. They're usually at least a 3. The whole book was like literally spice, and there was no plot. Like, that was the plot. And if I read the description, I would have known that. So that was a me problem. But I have good news. I think I'm out of my slump because I started reading a fantasy book. Book club book this month is a fantasy, so I'm getting out of my slump. I think this fantasy is really helping me. It's The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I needed something different. I needed a fantasy, and it's a whole new series that I haven't tried. I think there's only 2 books in this series. Guys, I think I'm getting out of the slump. So that's all that matters. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I love y'all so much, and I'll see you next video. Bye.